What if the rules of money just stopped working? Global trade, the economy, all these things have been built on assumptions that quantum computers are about to shatter. Stick around, because the future of money might just be running on a computer that you've never heard of. What if the rules that run our entire financial system suddenly stopped working? Stock markets, global trade, even how your savings are invested, all built on assumptions that have held for centuries. Now imagine a new kind of computer arrives that doesn't just make things faster. It changes how we understand risk, value, and even money itself. Quantum computing isn't just a tech upgrade. It could be an economic earthquake that rewrites who gets rich, who falls behind, and which countries dominate the 21st century. In this video, we're going to explore how quantum computing could rewrite economic history. We'll look at what quantum computers actually are, why they are so different from the machines we use today, and how they might blow up the assumptions behind modern economics, from supply and demand to the way Wall Street predicts risk. We'll also talk about winners, losers, the threat of the quantum divide, and what this means for your job, your investments, and your country's place in the world. If you care about money, power, or the future, this is a conversation you don't want to miss. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. This channel is all about how emerging tech like AI and quantum will reshape the economy and how you can stay ahead of it. Let's start with the basics. Classical computers, the phone or laptop you are watching this on, use bits, tiny switches that are either 0 or a 1. Everything from TikTok to banking runs on these bits. Quantum computers use qubits. Because of quantum mechanics, qubits can be in a mix of 0 and 1 at the same time. It's like flipping a coin and somehow having it to be both heads and tails until you look at it. Even more wild, qubits can be entangled. Changing one instantly affects another, no matter how far apart they are. Put millions of these strange behaviors together, and you get a machine that can explore possibilities in parallel, attacking certain problems in a way classical computers simply can't touch. Now, here's a twist most people never think about. Our economic theories were born in a world of pen and paper, math and later, classical computers. Concepts like supply and demand, market equilibrium, and even the efficient market hypothesis all assume limited information and limited computing power. We model markets using simplifications because we can't calculate everything. We approximate risk, we assume people behave on average a certain way. It worked well enough because no one had a machine that could simulate billions of scenarios at once. But what happens when that assumption breaks? A lot of economic reality comes down to optimization problems. How should a bank balance risk and return across millions of positions? How should a shipping company route thousands of trucks and ships to minimize cost and time? These are incredibly hard problems. Classical computers use shortcuts, heuristics, to find good enough answers. Quantum computers, in theory, can attack some of these problems directly, exploring vast numbers of possibilities simultaneously and converging on better solutions. Instead of clunky approximations, you get near-perfect optimization in areas like portfolio construction, pricing, and logistics. If one bank, one hedge fund, or one nation gets that kind of edge first, the playing field tilts fast. Finance is the most obvious battleground. Imagine a hedge fund using a quantum computer to price options, rebalance portfolios, and detect tiny market inefficiencies faster and more precisely than anyone else. Their trading algorithms could simulate millions of scenarios in the time others run a handful. Risk models might capture tail events that traditional models miss, like the extreme crashes that wipe out years of gains. At first, only a few players would have access to this power. In markets, even a small edge compounds into massive profits and massive influence. But this isn't just a Wall Street story. Quantum computers could design better materials for batteries, making electric cars cheaper and more efficient. It could simulate molecules to accelerate drug discovery, changing the economics of healthcare. It could optimize global supply chains so precisely that waste is slashed and delivery times collapse. The companies and countries that wield this kind of capability first will shape industries from energy to medicine to retail. Whenever a new technology supercharges efficiency, it doesn't just create wealth, it moves it. Some jobs become more valuable. People who can design quantum algorithms, interpret the results, and connect them to real-world decisions. Other jobs, especially in routine analysis and logistics planning, could be automated away. Entire firms may disappear if their old models can't compete. If only a handful of corporations and governments control quantum infrastructure, we risk inequality. Not just between people, but between countries. There's another layer: ethics. Quantum-enhanced analysis could make it possible to spot patterns in your financial behavior, your movements, even your communications with terrifying precision. In the wrong hands, this isn't just better forecasting, it's hyper-surveillance. Regulators will struggle to keep up. They're still figuring out how to handle AI models that run on classical hardware, let alone quantum ones. If access to this power is limited to a few tech giants or a few governments, we risk a quantum divide, a world where those with quantum tools can shape markets and policies in ways everyone else barely understands. At the geographical level, quantum computing is already a race. Countries are pouring billions into quantum research, not just to break encryption, but to gain economic and strategic advantage. A nation with leading quantum capabilities could optimize its entire economy, energy grids, transportation networks, financial systems, even military logistics. This isn't just about faster computers. It's about which countries become quantum-powered superpowers and which get locked into second-tier status. So where does that leave us? In one future, the benefits are hoarded. Markets become even more opaque. Inequality deepens as quantum-powered actors outplay everyone else. Economic history will be rewritten either way. The question is, who holds the pen? Quantum computing won't flip a switch and change the economy overnight, but step by step, model by model, optimization by optimization, it could reshape how wealth is created and who controls it. We have a narrow window to understand what's coming and to demand transparency, regulation, and access that keep this power from being concentrated in just a few hands. I'll be digging deeper into specific use cases, from quantum trading strategies to quantum secure encryption. That's in coming videos. So if you want to stay ahead of the curve, hit subscribe, give me a like, and comment something down below. Do you think quantum computing will bring prosperity, or will it deepen the inequalities we're already worried about? Let me know. Thanks for watching.